Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In an effort to stay in tune with our Black History Month Every Month series, here is our entry for the month of June. Let's take a look at our Resplendence poster to see who's next. What's resplendence, you ask? Let's take a look at the adjective form of the word, resplendent, to explain. Resplendent means having brilliant or glowing appearance, dazzling and impressive in appearance through being richly colorful or sumptuous. The perfect word to describe these pioneering women, like Mary McLeod-Bethune. Let's take a look at our Resplendence fact sheet and see what it says on the back about Mary McLeod-Bethune. Here it states, educator. Her life was dedicated to education and youth. Established a Daytona Normal and Industrial School, which later became Bethune-Cookman College, advisor to 5 U.S. presidents, and appointed by President Franklin Roosevelt in 1930 to serve on the advisory board of the National Youth Administration. Surely with accolades like that, she has a doll, right? Right? Let's see what we have here. Move out of the way, mermaids. Okay, there's Ida B. Wells. No. Issa Rae. No. And here's Laverne Cox. No. Okay, and we have Bessie Coleman here. No. Oh, LeBron James, excellent doll, but still, no. And here we have Madam C.J. Walker. No. Here is the lovely Maya Angelou. No. And here we have Katherine Johnson. No. And here is the lovely Miss Ella Fitzgerald. No. And who is this? Oh, Aaliyah, Princess of R&B. Once again, no. So you mean to tell me there is no doll for a woman who had a powerful quote that stated, invest in the human soul. Who knows? It might be a diamond in the rough. Okay, we can't have this. Well, I guess we're going to have to make her a doll after all. Step 1. Find a doll that resembles this inspiring woman. Now, everyone knows I have a ton of dolls. But today we're looking for a very specific type of doll. She needs to have a nice, thick hair. Wait, perfect. No, the makeup's all wrong. She needs to have good curl. Okay, yeah, no, she's too much makeup. We need to have, wait a minute. Spot on. She looks just like her. We're going to use her. Moving on to step 2, do some research on the inspiring woman's style of dress. A quick search on the interwebs shows me that Miss Mary McLeod-Bethune has quite the style here. Take a look at all of these different outfits and ensembles that she put together for herself. I see pearls. I see stylish hats. Wait, is that a fur, Miss McLeod-Bethune? Okay, I think I got an idea of what I would like to restyle for this doll to make the perfect mini-me for Miss Mary McLeod-Bethune. There, did you see it? Which one do you think I picked? Moving on to step 3, find fabrics that match the aesthetic of the inspiring woman. Now wait a minute. Not the doll trying to show me the proper texture and color for the style of dress that I selected for her. Girl, have several seats. I got this. I know it seems like I have a lot of fabrics here, but generally I just take used fabrics from other outfits that I had for my children when they were younger and try to recycle them in an effort to help the environment. Okay, this could work. Now let's move on. Step 4, get to work making patterns, cutting fabrics, and sewing. Snip, snip, cut, cut. I actually had to re-record this entire piece because for some reason the video of me making the patterns didn't make it. I will make sure that I include that in the next installment. But in the meantime, I use my doll all the time in order to make sure that my measurement and proportions are still in 1/6 scale. And yes, I always ask the dolls for their approval. Thumbs up? Yes. Hey, what are you doing? Don't show them yet. We're not ready. Don't mind her. Take a look at how I sew together the pieces. So this could take a minute. How about we go back and learn more about Mary McLeod-Bethune? According to the Mary McLeod-Bethune exhibit located at the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture, Mary Jane McLeod was born on July 10, 1875 in Maysville, South Carolina during the era of Reconstruction. Mary Jane McLeod was the 15th out of Samuel McLeod's and Patsy McIntosh's 17 children. 17 children? I guess it was a different time back then because 17 children is crazy work. But anyways, let's get back into the legacy of Mary Jane McLeod. Mary started her formal education at a school for only black children called the Trinity Presbyterian Mission School in Maysville, South Carolina from 1882 to 1886. From there, she went on to a boarding school for black girls called Scotia Seminary School in Concord, North Carolina from 1887 to 1894. This school is now known as Barbara Scotia College. From there, she continued her education at the Bible Institute for Home and Foreign Missions under the auspice of the Chicago Evangelization Society in Chicago, Illinois from 1894 to 1895, where she was the singular black student in the entire school. After completing all of her studies, she taught at the Maysville Mission School, then at the Haynes Institute in Augusta, Georgia, and finally at the Kendall Institute in Sumner, South Carolina. In 1904, at 29 years old, she established her own school, the Daytona Educational and Industrial Training School for Negro Girls. The school was created specifically for the purpose of educating the black American girls of Daytona Beach. This commenced the fulfillment of her dream of establishing an educational institution. Mary McLeod-Bethune chose a 5-room cottage on Oak Street to rent for $11 per month. This structure would provide a home for her family and an instructional facility for her pupils, who paid a weekly tuition of 50 cents. Anna, Celeste, Lena, Lucille, and Ruth, plus her 5-year-old son Albert, formed the inaugural class of the school. The school relocated to its current location on Dr. Mary McLeod-Bethune Boulevard, formerly known as 2nd Avenue, in 1907. The land purchased for the school was known as Hell's Hole, a reference to its former purpose as a dump site for the city. The cost of the land at that time was only $250. Hang on a second, let's hit rewind. So, prior to Mary McLeod-Bethune establishing her own school back when she was still teaching at the Kendall Institute in 1896, the National Association of Colored Women was incorporated in Washington, D.C. The organization was established with the intention of addressing social matters such as unaliving with rope, education, suffrage, care for children and the elderly, job readiness, fair wages, and more. The National Association of Colored Women's motto, "Lifting as we climb," was implemented in the work and advocacy of their association. It was a call to action as seen with their purple banner made of silk with gold lettering. The National Association of Colored Women was incorporated in 1904 and changed their name to the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs. 20 years later, Mary McLeod-Bethune was installed as the 8th president and served from 1924 until 1928. Okay, now we can fast forward to 1923. Remember that school Mary McLeod-Bethune founded back in 1904 with only $1.50 to her name? The Daytona Educational and Industrial Training School for Negro Girls? Yeah, that one. Well, that school went on to merge with Cookman Institute of Jacksonville, Florida, which had been founded in 1872. The Cookman Institute was the first institution of higher education for black students in the state of Florida. The two schools began their merger in 1923 and it was finalized in 1925. The merger institution was called Daytona Cookman College Institute in 1931. The college then became accredited by the Association of Colleges and the Secondary School of the Southern States as a junior college, and on April 27th of that year, the school's name was officially changed to Bethune-Cookman College to reflect the leadership of Dr. Bethune. I personally have had the pleasure of visiting this beautiful school campus on a college tour of my daughter when she graduated from high school. Pictures were not allowed because there were minors there, so here's a picture from our balcony of the beach, because it actually is 15 minutes away from Daytona Beach in Florida. Now let's get back into the life and legacy of Mary McLeod-Bethune. In the summer of 1932, Franklin D. Roosevelt, governor of New York, was nominated as the presidential candidate of the Democratic Party. Upon his inauguration in March 1933, he promised the American people a New Deal, which focused on the 3 R's: relief, recovery, and reform. Shortly into his presidency, he developed the Black Cabinet, an informal advisory group of African American civil servants who lobbied for African Americans to receive equal access to federal benefits and employment and job training programs associated with Franklin Delano Roosevelt's New Deal. Beginning in 1933, Secretary of the Interior and former Chicago NAACP President Harold Ickes led an unprecedented effort to open high-level civil servant positions to African American professionals. When Mary McLeod-Bethune was appointed as one of the leaders of the Black Cabinet, she worked hard to ensure that Black youth had equal access to federal benefits, training programs, and industrial work. When Mary McLeod-Bethune was appointed to the National Advisory Committee of the National Youth Administration in 1935, she helped young people find employment during the Depression. She served as a director until the program was terminated in 1943. It is widely known that Eleanor Roosevelt greatly admired Mary McLeod-Bethune and her work, and oftentimes they can be caught at committee hearings laughing and hamming it up. Sidebar. Did you know that there is an amazing display in the U.S. Senate office buildings called A Tour African American Landmarks and Historical Sites in Washington, D.C.? Here, take a look. It has books, photographs, magazine clippings of iconic figures in African American history such as Frederick Douglass, Carter G. Woodson, and you guessed it, Mary McLeod-Bethune. Her plaque in this display reads, Educator, Organizer, and Philanthropist. Mary McLeod-Bethune was a member of the President Franklin D. Roosevelt's Black Cabinet and co-founder of the United Negro College Fund. You can visit her home at 1318 Vermont Avenue, now called the Mary McLeod-Bethune Council House National Historical Site. At this historical site, you can see a lot of her favorite saying, lift as you climb. How about we check in with our doll and see how she's doing? Step 5. Find the perfect accessories to complete the look. Accessories? Oh, light please. I have tons of accessories. So in the picture I chose, we need a hat. And we have tons of hats. But the right hat has got to be the perfect hat. That's too big. And a helmet? No, not at all. Okay, wait a minute. This could work. Perfect size. I'll take it. Oh, hey guys. Heading off for a date? Never mind. I have to get back to what I'm doing. We need feathers. I saw feathers in a hat, I'm sure. Not sure which one we're going to use because the color is black and white. So we'll just take all of them. Oh, yes. Our doll is looking... What is that? Mary McLeod-Bethune would not have that in her hair. Just cut that out. A little fluff here. Make it look nice and neat. A few more small accessories to be sewn on. And I think we're almost done. So, are we ready for the big reveal? Okay, no, not yet. One more thing. While I was creating this doll, I found out that there is a large statue of Mary McLeod-Bethune located in the U.S. Capitol. This statue of Mary McLeod-Bethune was given to the National Statuary Hall Collection by Florida in 2022. This statue was commissioned by Nilda Comas, the first artist of Puerto Rican descent to sculpt a statue for this hall collection. I figured, since I work near the Capitol, why not take a little field trip over to the Statuary Hall to take a look-see at this beautiful sculpture. And when I say it was beautiful, the entire room is beautiful. It took me a minute to take it all in, but it was so well worth the walk. The sculptor, Nilda Comas, depicts an imposing, mature Bethune looking slightward downward, as though she's looking at a child. Her benevolent smile conveys her determined yet gentle demeanor. She holds a walking stick in her right hand and a black marble rose in her left, and she wears academic garb, including a mortarboard cap, a tassel, and a long robe. The gold lettering beneath her statue reads, Florida, Dr. Mary McLeod. Wait, what are you doing here? You just couldn't wait until I took your photo. How could you photobomb the Miss Mary McLeod-Bethune? Okay, we have to go so I can take your pictures. Here is my inspiration picture of a young Mary McLeod in Daytona, Florida from 1904. I used this outfit to recreate this outfit for the doll based on the textures and fabrics that I see in the picture. I kind of improvised a bit because the picture was in black and white, but I think I did pretty good. What do you think? One of my favorite quotes from Mary McLeod-Bethune is, "Believe in yourself, learn, and never stop wanting to build a better world." As always, if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. See you next time on our next installment of Black History 24/7, 365. If you like fireworks, stay tuned. There's a nice display from the Daytona Beach.